Hey, this is Derek Davis from the band Babylon AD, and you're watching CMS TV.
That's Candlemass right here on your classic metal show from the Death Magic Doom release. And the name of that tune there is A House of a Thousand Voices. And Chris, this will be the first time we've ever had someone from the band Candlemass on the show.
That's okay, because Candlemass kicks ass.
Well, why don't you introduce this guy to the folks?
This is the one guy in Candlemass that really doesn't seem like he's like a spooky doom guy at all. It's vocalist Robert Lowe. Robert, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great, and not spooky. Have you not seen my photos?
Well, you don't seem as like evil, like an evil, Mason monk or whatever, as the rest of the guys do.
Nah, hell no, man. Like I said, I'm just a good old Texas boy that can get spooky when he has to.
Right, I hear you, man. Well, dude, obviously, man, you're back with a brand new album with Candlemass, Death Magic Doom, and unlike the last record, this one really seems like almost like the most classic Candlemass sounding record the band has done in, since the 80s. Did you guys work harder or work in a different way this time to reach back to the more classic sound?
Well, yeah, I hear what you're saying, and a lot of people are saying that. As far as I know, this is still just basically Leif's baby. He wrote the music and wrote the lyrics, so whatever the hell was going on in his brain over there in the Nordic waters, I don't have a clue because I'm over here. But I do know for a fact that once joining the band and getting rid of other people who had negative vibes, I don't know who that person was, and we won't speak of it, but it's gotten a lot better, and the guys are actually excited again. They're happy to play. They're happy to be touring. Well, I say they. I guess I'm part of Candlemass now too. The mood is a lot better, and from what I understand, Leif was ready to tear into a new album with this new lineup, and I think that he wanted to kind of create some of the older sound along with obviously newer technology and an updated version, if you understand what I'm getting at.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, dude, obviously, man, your career does not only start and stop with Candlemass. You're also in Solitude Aeternus, and with that band, that's obviously a very different thing from what Candlemass is. Is it difficult for you, to kind of get yourself in the right headspace when you're doing the different projects?
No, actually, it doesn't. Solitude has been like mine and John Perez's baby for years, and joining Candlemass, pretty much, if you look at it outside, have paralleled each other throughout the years. So stepping into the role of being the vocalist for Candlemass was quite easy. I wouldn't actually say that I have two different personalities for each band. I mean, I've got several, so I just have to pick and choose from which one pops out of my head. But other than that, no, it's been quite easy because they both represent the same thing and are both going in the same direction. So I really don't have to put on too many different hats.
Well, cool, dude. Well, on the new album, which we're talking about now, there's a lot of really classic-sounding Candlemass songs like House of a Thousand Voices, which we started this interview off with, and
right.
The Bleeding Baroness, which have both the sound and the stretched-out song structure of the classics. Do you feel that there was some focus in writing and recording of this album than there was with Key of the Grey Islands?
Yeah, without really being able to know what was in these guys' heads. Are you there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
It sounded like it cut out. Anyway, without really knowing what was in these guys' heads, I know that King of the Grey Islands was actually, it's out there. It was recorded under a little bit of duress, and there was a lot of bad feelings and a lot of bad vibes going on, and this one wasn't done that way. So I think the guys were just happy to be able to get back to the basics and get back to doing what they do best. And we just kind of put all that together and made it happen, and you know, give the people what they expect of Candlemass. And you know, it's always hard with any band as a accepting a new vocalist, but I think that it has been accepted, and this album has proved that cohesively we can work together and put out good material.
Sure. Well, obviously the band has been going through some changes with, the addition of you as the singer and the loss of another key member, but your rhythm guitarist, Matt Mapes Borkman, am I saying his name right?
Yeah, Matt Bjorkman.
Yeah. He had some legal trouble last year where he was sentenced to do some jail time for theft. What happened there, and what's his current status with the band?
Well, as far as that goes, that was actually a surprise to me, too. I don't know. It's still in the process. I'm not sure what's going on and what the outcome may be, and I actually prefer it that way because I just don't know. And I don't think anybody else really knows either, because I believe there's supposed to be another hearing in October. So until October comes around, I don't have any more information than that. And like I said, kind of like the military, don't ask, don't tell type of thing.
Right. Well, Robert, obviously, man, you being a good old Texas boy as you are, man, it's odd that you're into these two bands that you're into. You know, most Texas guys are every Texas guy I know wants to be in some incarnation of a Pantera type band, not in any kind of a power metal type thing or doom metal type thing. What are your influences, and how do you go from local singer in Texas into fronting all these bands that are popular, outside of the U.S.?
Dude, I don't know. I think I blame Number of the Beast and Iron Maiden. I blame them for everything. That's pretty much when it started, and just go from there. You grow up with that. You buy some Fate's Warning. You buy some Merciful Fate. You buy some King Diamond. Obviously you've got the Black Sabbath influence, and then you get into Nevermore, and it's just, I think, a conglomerate of all those styles of music, which are heavy and emotive, yet not just in-your-face, superficial bullshit that Pantera puts out. And that type, and the screamo crap that's out there now, I don't understand it. It's not music to me.
Right. Understand that, man.
With what Candlemass does and what Solitude Eternus does, to me, it's musical. It's a great bunch of talented musicians who are able to pull off songwriting to where, from what I understand that people say, can be very emotional to a lot of people. And I think music should convey a deeper inner side of emotion as opposed to just upfront aggression. That gets you nowhere. I mean, you can't... Well, when was the last time you put on a Cradle of Filth album and listened to the whole thing and just was like, felt really good afterwards? No, you're blown up after you're done.
Right. Good point, man. Well, dude, how did you go from one style of band with Solitude Eternus to Candlemass? I mean, those all by themselves, two very different styles, and and even your vocals, two very different sounds vocally between the bands. How did, like, as an example, how did Candlemass know that you were the guy?
Well, I guess it goes back to the early days, and as I referenced earlier, that Candlemass and Solitude have pretty much paralleled each other throughout time. Well, I say that like, Star Wars, long time ago. Anyway, all right, I've lost my train of thought now. Okay, I've been doing this since 2 o'clock today. I'm completely dumbfucked. I'm completely lost now.
Hey metalheads, tired of waiting for new episodes? Crave the real raw classic metal show? For just $4.99 a month, you can become a CMS VIP. You get every episode a full week early, completely uncensored, and 100% commercial free. It's the only place to interact directly with the show, plus you score the Fast Pass, so your song requests get bumped straight to the head of the line on every live version. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe right now at classicmetalshow.locals.com and become a CMS VIP today.
Well,
What
what
was the
we were
question
asking
again?
was, what we were asking was, how did the guys from Candlemass hear your music and realize that you were the guy when the sound of what you do in Solitude is so different than Candlemass?
Okay. Well, the only thing I can say is from what Leif has told me is he's always appreciated my voice. He's always been a big fan of Solitude. He's been into Solitude since demo days, and actually the day I joined or was asked to join, he had just went out and bought Alone. So the guys in Candlemass knew that they liked my timbre, so to speak, and thought it could work. And so said yes, I did King of the Grey Island, and 2 months later I actually met the guys, and there you go from here.
Excellent, excellent, Robert. Well, Robert, what's the plans there for Candlemass touring wise? Anything you can tell us about right now?
Well, as far as touring goes, I don't think there's going to be any major typical touring. Starting in June, we are going to do the Swedish Rock Fest along with the Kings, Heaven and Hell. And from there on out through November, we're going to be doing a bunch of festivals, a bunch of club dates, a bunch of small, hop in the water type of stuff, but no real full-blown tours, just small 3 or 4 days here, 3 or 4 days there type of thing.
Sure.
And on top of that, SA is also doing some stuff this year too. We're doing Romania, the Open Rock Fest, I believe it is, and possibly a European tour in November with Solitude.
Excellent.
So it's going to be pretty.
Well, it sounds like you got your year cut out for you already. Well, anyway, we are talking to Robert Lowe here of Candlemass and Solitude Eternus, and Candlemass does have a new release out called Death Magic Doom. Did you have anything to do with the title there, Robert?
Maybe somewhat inadvertently. Me and Leif actually had several conversations over titles and this and that, and spent one night when we were in Norway in the hotel room going over a bunch of stuff. So maybe a little bit influence, but ultimately Leif picked the title of the stuff we had written down.
Sure.
So you take
Are
it
you
for what
in this
will.
band, dude?
Which one?
Candlemass.
I think so. That's what I've been told. I keep going to Stockholm for some reason, so I must be doing something right.
Right. All right, Robert. Well, you've been a good guest. We realize it's been a long day for you and whatnot, but do you know what the website is for Candlemass and where people can get the new CD?
Yeah, the official website is candlemass.se for Sweden, and Nuclear Blast Europe, and also its counterpart USA. You can get it from there. I think you can even buy individual downloads from the Candlemass website. There's obviously the MySpace Candlemass and my page, which is MySpace/Disciple of Doom. More information there. I'm actually on my page. As the dates roll in, I'm keeping track of all the dates so people can know where we're going to be and what we're doing. So MySpace, Disciple of Doom, is where you can get a lot of that information if you happen to be in Germany next week or Romania or wherever you may be.
Right. All right, Robert. Well, again, we appreciate you taking the time here to talk to us here on the Classic Metal Show. And before we let you go, we always ask the traditional Classic Metal Show question. How has Lemmy from Motorhead influenced your career?
I've started loving reptiles. I don't know.
Okay, love me like a reptile.
Exactly.
Excellent. All right, Robert, we always let our artists pick a closing song, so why don't you pick a song off this new release and maybe tell us a story about it?
Okay, let's do this. It's very unconventional. It's a typical opener for a lot of the later Candlemasses. It's the first track, If I Ever Die. And the short little story about that one, which was a lot of fun, was me and Leifel one night in a bar. You know, obviously, what do you do when you're in a bar? You know, you talk to people and you eat vegetables and dip it in ranch. I'm making a reference to alcohol, so to speak.
You got it.
And we were talking about, he was trying to tell me that when he dies, he wants to do whatever, blah, blah, blah. And he looked at me, he goes, dude, if I ever die. I was like, that. Well, there you go. Leif, dude, new song right there, If I Ever Die. And that's where this came from.
Excellent. All right, go pick up the new Candlemass, Death, Magic, Doom, and this is If I Ever Die.
Want to watch the classic metal show on your big screen instead of your phone or computer? Now you can with the Rumble app. The Rumble app is available on most smart TVs and streaming devices. Just download the app, open it, and search for Classic Metal Show. You'll instantly get access to all the latest episodes on demand. Plus, catch the entire live broadcast every Saturday night and watch exclusive live-streamed events as they happen. Download the Rumble app today, search for Classic Metal Show, and subscribe now. The Classic Metal Show. Metal. Talk. Streaming live and on demand.